Hey everybody, your favorite Castlevania guys back again to discuss the recently announced full lineup of the Castlevania Advance Collection physical releases. Now, I already did a video on this just for the initial announcement, which I was pretty stoked about. I'm glad that it's finally coming to physical cartridges or CDs, whatever it is for the system that you have. Everyone was kind of scratching their heads like, wait a minute, is there going to be an Ultimate Edition? Is there going to be a Classic Edition like what they did before? Well, the good news is yes, there is going to be a Advanced Collection that has like an Ultimate Collection. They've announced everything today, and I'm here to talk about it because yeah, it's there's some good, there's some bad, and there's some ugly. So we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of this Castlevania announcement today. So first off, the good. It's great that it's getting announced. It's great that it's getting released eventually. Limited Run Games has a pretty poor release schedule these days with games coming out, even basic releases, just like the bare minimum game with the cart and a manual, typically like a year out. I got the Valis collection, that first Valis collection. It took them a year to come out with it. Like, just a cart? Okay, whatever. Beyond that, they have said that they've recognized the fact that there's a bunch of delays with their shipping and with their creation of stuff. So I guess they're working closer with partners on that. There was an email that went out where they were basically like, yep, jig's up. It's been taking longer than expected, and post-COVID and all this and that and whatever, recession, I don't know. Not important. The most important thing that you need to know is if you order any of these, you have a minimum year wait for even just the basic bare bones release. At this point, that's what we expect. So you're gonna be clunking down about 35 bucks for the basic bare bones piece, which is the bare minimum. Next up, there's a Classic Edition, which is quite nice. The Classic Edition is very similar to other Castlevania and Konami released limited run games collections, where they have the traditional NES style gray box, which is really cool. The cover art for that one is going to be Circle of the Moon, so okay, I mean that's fine. I think personally Harmony of Dissonance, the visual style would have probably been a little better, but is what it is. Now, along with that, you also get all the alternate cover sheets that come with the case that you can get. It also comes with a soundtrack. It's a sampler soundtrack, which is, again, kind of disappointing, but is what it is. It also comes with a poster, and I gotta say, the poster is dope. I really love this poster. It has a very classic style to it. You've got one side that has the Vampire's Kiss shot, which is basically the art from Castlevania Dracula X. The art that they're showcasing is specifically the PAL territory, if I believe, if I'm correct in that. No idea if they're going to change it to Dracula X and have like the Super NES like traditional box art. I don't think so. I think they're going to go with this Vampire's Kiss style, but it looks great. It looks really, really cool. Yeah, this game got 3 different names for it. It's like Akamajo Dracula XX, and then on top of that, there's Vampire's Kiss, which is the PAL version, and then we got Dracula X. So that poster is 18 by 24 in terms of the size. Here's the thing though, and this is my biggest gripe about limited run posters. They fold the posters up. There's no way to really get those creases out without either damaging the poster or just really risking it. So, like, why? Like, can't you ship it in a tube or something? I don't know. I don't know why they do that. I guess it's just makes it easier for packaging, but it's kind of a bummer in that aspect. But the poster's great. It looks phenomenal. It's just gonna look dumb because it's gonna be all creased out. So that version is $64.99 plus tax and shipping. Next up, we have the Collection Advanced Collection Edition thing. and that comes with an oversized box which has the Aria of Sorrow art on it, which is cool. The box looks neat. It's going to be probably pretty similar to like the Shantae box, the oversized box that they did for the Game Boy Color release for that. It looks okay. I don't really have any issues with it per se. Now that comes with everything that I already mentioned in the previous collection, but on top of that they also threw in a steelbook. The steelbook again also has Circle of the Moon's art on it. It looks cool. I personally don't like steelbooks. I can't stand them. I think that they are like something that, one, it's gonna rust years later. I mean, even if you take good care of it, there's a chance that it's gonna rust. I don't know. I just don't like them. I mean, I think some of the newer ones are a little bit better. I think companies are doing a better job with keeping them like making them with better quality material so that they don't rust as easy. But at the same time, I just don't like them. They bend. They can get dinged and dented. Every little thing shows up on them. So they look nice, but I just personally don't like them. If you like them, cool. I don't know. I know there's a big fan base that really likes steelbooks, so what do I know? All right, now you ready for this? The Ultimate Collection. $174.99 without tax, without shipping. Whew, that is a lot to ask for. So what does it come with? Well, it comes with a shadow box similar to what I unboxed for the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, but this one's going to have, again, Aria of Sorrow on it. Why they went with Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow for these two different collector's editions, you know, the two different types, and then on top of that, for the Ultimate Edition, they didn't include Harmony of Dissonance on that front cover. I would have preferred having Harmony of Dissonance on one of the special editions. Like, why? I don't know. Kind of weird that they did that. It comes with everything that I already mentioned, the steelbook, the soundtrack. However, the soundtrack is a full soundtrack this time. It's like a 3-disc soundtrack. I don't personally care about soundtracks for Castlevania because in terms of CDs, because I have all of them through the black and red box sets. Go check out my video on that. You can see me unboxing them and talking about them. That's somewhere here on the screen. Anyways, what else does it come with? It comes with the oversized box. It looks to also come with that the silver NES style, like Circle of the Moon box as well. In addition to that, it also comes with some of the DSS cards that you would get in the Game Boy Advance game for Circle of the Moon. They're like actual like printed cards for some of the cards that you would pick up in the game, which is really cool. Like, that is a cool thing. So that gets a plus in my book. There's also some lithographs, kind of meh on those. Probably the worst part of this is these dumb keychains that they included. Basically little cartridges for Dracula X, Super NES cart, and then 3 GBA style carts. The labels look wrong on these pictures too. I don't know if they're gonna fix that. This looks like a pre-production sort of thing, so it's all like guesstimates as far as that goes. Posters included as well, so that's great. But probably the best part, other than the shadow box, which again, I'm curious what song they're gonna play on this shadow box, because none of these games really have like a definitive like Bloody Tears or like Vampire Killer or like that definitive song that when you hear it from these 3 games, you think, oh, Castlevania. The only game I could possibly think of is the Divine Bloodlines, which is the first track, the first stage in Dracula X, which would be so dope. So I really hope that they do that. I don't think they're going to do that. Anyways, one of the best parts of this collection is maps. They had Jeremy Parrish do a full-sized map, like a poster map, for what looks to be all 3 games, and that is really cool. I mean, that's dope. I think that that is probably the thing that is the best in this collection. Where's the art book? Well, this game, all of these games have phenomenal art that's all included digitally in the game. I would have loved to have an art book for this game. What were they thinking? Like, were they trying to keep the price down? Why did we need those keychains? Why did we need an oversized box? Like, why did we need those lithographs? Like, get rid of that stuff. Like, hardcover book. That's what they should have done. Why they didn't do it, I don't know, man. I just work here. Sort of. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. So, I don't know. That's my 2 cents as far as this this announcement. I think $174 is way too expensive without that book. That book needs to be in there. Art book. Really, there's no excuse for them to do that. To not include that art book. Like, that was the best part of the anniversary collection. The shadow box, you know, some people like it, some people don't. I don't know. Personally, I am okay with it. I think it's fine. I'll probably never use it. Let me know what you guys think about this recent announcement. Do you think $174 is way too expensive? Did they drop the ball by not including an art book? What would you have liked to see in the Ultimate Collection? I want to know which one you're going to get, so leave a note down below in the comments if you're going to get one. I also wanted to quickly mention that they also announced today Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow vinyl soundtracks, CD soundtracks, and cassette soundtracks. The Aria of Sorrow one's a double LP, but the other two are single LPs, which has me scratching my head like, are these LPs for the vinyls, are they going to be sound selections, or are they going to be the entire soundtrack? That's a good question. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. Either way, I think if I had to pick one of those, because I really can't afford all three. So I think if I was going to pick one, I'd pick Harmony of Dissonance. The soundtrack is a little more subdued, and it's more, I think it's a better soundtrack to listen to while you're just like hanging out in the, you know, in the game room or whatever, just reading comics or maybe doing some work on your computer. So I think I might go for that one. They also announced a bunch of like nonsense like trinkets. Nothing really as good as what we've seen before, like the player's cards, the Switch case, anything like that. The t-shirt was pretty cool, which had Dracula on it from Circle of the Moon. But other than that, I didn't find any of it really that great. You could take a look at some of it here on the screen. So that's it. That's the news for Castlevania today. We've been good lately. We got the Nocturne news. We got the vinyl represses from Mondo. Like, Castlevania fans, we'd be doing well this summer. Let's see if they could roll that into the fall. I'll see you later for more Castlevania stuff.